In this AT Trade of the Day video, I am going to show you a couple of trades put on by an old auto trade program using the Amazing Trader that I developed a couple years ago, but I don't use it because difficulty in filtering out the noise, but it's the basis of our AT ladder strategy, because I found that thinking like our algo, which is using the AT ladders, but adding a human element, which is to filter out the noise and the low risk trades and the false starts, is the best way to use the Amazing Trader. So let's take a look at a couple of trades that were put on with the auto trade that use a directional indicator by itself to execute two profitable trades. Several years ago, I made an attempt to automate the Amazing Trader and its directional indicator pattern. And the result was that when it works flawless. But if you use it blindly, as the program did, then you're going to get a lot of false starts. In other words, as currency starts moving down, you might get a couple of directional indicators in here that trigger a trade, but they're false starts and ones you should ignore. That's why I came up with this strategy. When using it, you need other factors to confirm a trade, such as old support and resistance lines, whether you have double tops, you might have treat as a correction. But as I said, when it works, it can be flawless. And this is a case where the Eurodollar on August 2nd, 2022 had two trades only. It had no false starts. At the top, it had a directional indicator, and it's not shown on this chart, but I'm going to a 15-minute chart. Before this directional indicator was formed on double top, which, by the way, is very bearish. Somewhere in here on a 5-minute chart, and that's where the program runs, you would have had a directional indicator. And what the program does is when the second line is confirmed, it sells at the opening of that candle. So I said it's kind of mindless. So we had one on the top, and now we had one on the bottom, which in the 5-minute chart would have been over here, and it would have been this line would have been confirmed at the opening of this candle over here. So in each case, I always set a 15 pip maximum stop loss and take profit just for testing purposes. In each case, it was filled. Of course, if you were to let the 5-minute chart or manage it in a 15-minute chart, say, on the way down, you would have had a much bigger trade. But I said I was sleeping, and I just kind of run it. When I see it, I take a look. But I just want to confirm that when a directional indicator does work off a high of a low of a day, it can be a very powerful indicator. You got to do it selectively. And one of the keys, and this is why I'm doing the video, is that when you catch a directional indicator off a high of a low, that's one of the times that you can sometimes, depending on whether what the overall picture is and what you'll see it on other, as you drill down what the charts are. That's one where you can let a trade run and not just go for 1.25 to 1, but go for whatever it's going to be, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, or 6 to 1 sometimes. So remember that a directional indicator, what it is a start of a ladder. Sometimes it's just a correction, as you had on the upside here, and sometimes it's the start of a more significant move. So I'm just pointing out that directional indicator does work. You've got to use it selectively, and sometimes on its own, and sometimes in conjunction with other indicators and other tools that you see in the Amazing Trader. But it could be very powerful, and that's why I always go on high alert. We're at the high or low of a day, or if I come in later on and a ladder had started from a directional indicator, I pay special attention, because often that'll have a lot more power than one that might start within the day's range. For more information on the Amazing Trader, visit our website or you can contact me directly at jay@theamazingtrader.com.